Oh, I think that's gonna work. Yeah, it's making the clicky noises. Progression temperature updated. What could they possibly have to update? I don't know. Anyway. Good afternoon, everybody. And welcome to the fucking ultimate Goody Two-Shoes experience. I have been playing a save devoted to the Cult of Eternity historically. But now I would like to try out a medieval level scenario I threw together wherein you have all of this shit. um, the Prospectors Guild. Well, once it was a simple miners' guild, a great disaster in the distant past left this wealthy faction with a choice to make: hoard their wealth and protect their own, or redistribute their wealth and benefit the world. Chose the latter. The prospectors quickly expanded into a general aid organization, seeking to distribute the wealth they extracted as equitably as possible, providing supplies to those in need and constructing grand public works to aid the entire world, triggering an unprecedented golden age of cooperation, at least in their homeworld. The original guild has long since passed, but their legacy remains. Simple artisans and laborers who banded together in the worst of times and forged a better world. When times are at their darkest, those few who are willing to carry the light will form new chapters of the Prospectors Guild across the Rim in an attempt to make things better. You are some of those people, the last lights held aloft in the cruel darkness of your world, seeking to change things for the better. Yes, I put on a little accent. Um, so I'm using the new tavern, like tavern owner start. Tavern owner start. I'm using Progression's Proficiencies mod. So I'm starting out with low-tech automobile and fluent speech proficiencies, which means swords and bows. Technically, automobile lets you drive cars, but in the short term, what it's going to be used for is mostly carts, because I don't know how to edit the carts to be animal handling proficiency. So I'm editing the pawns to make them car proficient so they can use carts. Because I'm using the Alpha Vehicles Early Vehicles mod. Hey Digi. Yeah, I'm using the Early Vehicles mod for Alpha Vehicles. And that doesn't have built-in compatibility with the Progression Traits mod, with the Progression Proficiencies mod. So it is automatically put in as an automobile, because that's what it is, effectively, according to the code. It is a vehicle and not a horse. Therefore, and fluent speech just for convenience on these first colonists. I also play Everyone's Bisexual. As you can see here, all characters, not just player starting characters, have a 100% chance to start with the trait Bisexual. And our starting prospectors are going to have a 100% chance to start with the trait Optimist. We are also starting with all of the vanilla factions expanded republic researches. including jewelry. I don't actually know if that's in the base mod because it got, like, some of this was reworked by progression. As well as the researches for workbenches, tailoring benches, basic retail, plumbing, smithing, settlement dirt road building, and complex furniture. We also have an incident here, Wanderer Join, which is going to repeat, if I remember. Disabled a bunch of stuff. Wanderer Join repeats every 8 to 16 days. So that is a frequently growing population, which will, in my mind, become difficult to deal with as like an extra level of difficulty, because I plan on playing on just like adventure story and everything. Incidents disabled, journey offer, royal ascent, Arco Nexus victory. So you cannot win the game by getting off the planet, visiting the Arco Nexus, or becoming a royal. The only way you can do it is with the... Oh, it's also disabled the ship startup sequence, so you can't make your own ship either. Additional win conditions: ally with or destroy every other settlement on the planet. Based on the little description up here, we are going to be attempting to ally with every settlement on the planet. And of course, we are going to start with all of these materials plus a covered carriage. And the map will contain a small campsite with 3 to 4 tents. You know, for our 4 colonists who are at most 65 years old and proficient with low-tech weaponry, automobiles, and fluent speech. It's a lot to explain. Did I hit the next button? Yes. We are also going to be using the Chester Choose Storyteller, because I think he's neat. So we'll be on the Adventure Story difficulty, reload anytime mode, ambient horror setting, so we don't have the monolith victory. And these are the settings I am using for Chester Choose. We are going to be doing a standard RimWorld, and I have that turned off because I am going to, for performance reasons, turn down the scale of the world a little bit. I'll keep it at 9. 10 to 9 is already a big performance gain. I want to up the rainfall and lower the temperature. These are just my preferred settings. More mountains, more ocean. Up landmarks a little bit. Up faction roads. This should be good for the planet of Gura Borealis. Let me just get rid of that first bit. No? Alright, Gura Borealis, I guess. Let's generate our world. And hello again, Digi, in case you didn't hear me when I just kind of interjected it earlier. Bleh. I'm very energetic. I'm sipping on my Lost and Found Energy cream soda flavored energy drink. No worries. I know how you can be in the morning. Just wanted to make sure. Nope. Oh, 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 it's doing interesting things here. Okay. We are using real ruins, so it's going to ask me to load blueprints for the planet. Let's load automatically. Howdy, howdy. How's it going, Prohack? Load automatically. Blech. And once we're like properly in the game, I will bring up the scenario once more. Heh, lovely. I can't believe Digi doesn't want to air his dirty laundry live on air. Okay, we're gonna turn off faction territories for the time we take to select a drop location. I say drop location, start location. It's medieval. We don't drop anywhere. Ideally, I would like the nearby people to be a similar tech level to me, or at least a majority of them. Uh, oh, where do I want to go? That could be nice, but it's just a creek. I like the idea of being on a river in the dark forest. I don't know if that specific situation will avail itself, but if it does, wow, the dark forests to the south are really polluted. Hmm. Yeah. I'm very normal. Imagine him coughing up blood when I say that. Okay. Dark forest, zero nearby pollution, 30-day growing period, which isn't great, but the dark forest has good foraging. Anyway, my Steam RimWorld workshop is also broken. I believe Steam's having a bit of an outage right now. At least the web servers are. Yep, that's just a black screen. I tried to open something on my browser and it didn't work out. I have no idea. It's an outage, not maintenance. I don't think it has like a scheduled time. As soon as they're able. Hmm. So I could go here. It looks pretty nice, but it also has a geomagnetic storm. Yeah. It's emphatically inconvenient. Oh, geomagnetic storm is cool when you're still a medieval colony and kind of drops off at a certain point when you start needing to use electricity for things. I've just realized that the chat window perfectly covers up all of the terrain information. Alright, you guys go back over here. Terrain information is, in this moment, more important than looking at my widgets. I tried putting up my feet for a second and slipped immediately. Hmm. You know what? Big thing for me. Maybe I don't need to be in a hilly area. Maybe for once in my life I could be in flatland. You've been fucking translated. Sterile ground? No wild plants aside from simple grass grow here. In the dark forest? Stagnant rivulet? I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it. Where is it? I mean, I like this generation here. It's course clogged with silt and shallow pools, slow moving river. I get this might be it. A mod that adds the ideology buildings to the game, as in a way to place them yourself. What do you mean by that? Because things like, I think I'm going with this location. So, things like standard ideology shit. By the way, I have a set of pre-made ideologies that I force all of the factions in the game to use. In case you're curious about this. About everyone being bunched up on the same, what, 10 ideologies? But, like, these buildings are already, like, craftable and placeable. The sculptures you need to make at a sculpture bench first? If you start a new map with ideology, you get a lot of junk on the map. That building you want to place. Okay. Oh, the junk! You can use the Alpha Memes Scrapper meme. Let me... where is it? It's in here somewhere, I know it. There it is. Scrapper. They let you put junk on yourself. Or maybe it's the scavenger style for the... Oh, okay. It's the scavenger style. I believe they're both in... I You can make an ideology with alpha memes that lets you place those. Um, I can't think of a different way to do it. Maybe one of the vanilla expanded props things it might be available as. That you can also just use spawn thing command in dev mode. I use dev mode all the time. Anyway, let's actually make the prospector's ideology, because I remember that I deleted it the other day when I updated a bunch of mods, because these are the only ideologians that survived the purge. Maybe one of the vanilla expanded like props things can do it. I wouldn't know. I have not personally played with that. By the way, for context, for the viewers at home, I am currently playing with. Oh, hold on, I can't actually check that easily because my Steam Workshop is down. It's above 1,000 mods. Yeah, there's options, I'm sure, but I wouldn't know what one specifically. I can't think of a junk mod. I play with too many. Nah. Workshop will probably come back online in the next couple hours, so just about being patient. Okay. Prospectors. So we're looking at a generally early industrial era themed. I can tell. Organization, which I think steampunk revival kind of fits. We are also looking at a very explicitly egalitarian organization. Oh, okay. And I personally have a lean towards like the dwarven styles. We're starting in the medieval era and going to move into like pre-industrial. I think steampunk revival works as the structure. We've also got these nationalist ones. Yeah, this works. Then we're going a level of egalitarianism. So let's do that. Charity worthwhile, slavery abhorrent, apostasy despicable. Actually, I don't know. Apostasy. I'm gonna look around a bit then. Collectivist, definitely. Egalitarianism doesn't actually let you free slaves, notably. I want industrialism, I want light. And outside of all of these being very impactful, I don't think any of them apply. Wealth equality also has charity as an essential precept and like abhorrent slavery. It also creates homelessness as an abhorrent precept, which is a challenge, at least right in the start. I think I can go emancipation over the explicit, like, egalitarian thing. Because I don't necessarily want apostasy to be despicable. You know? Then culture, Old Worlder fits. That's the general medievalist, whatever. Um, and on top of steampunk, we have Old World from the culture. And I have to kind of squint to look at these, by the way, because there's not enough space on the thing. Oh, what is herb? Herb. It doesn't affect nearly enough for me to care. Okay. I think these two will be fine. We're doing a steampunk colony. All right. Collectivist, industrialism, light, emancipation, wealth equality. This generally fits how I usually characterize the prospectors. All right. Let's find a good. I like an orange, yellow, somewhere in there. Because I've already got dwarven industrialism down here, which is a very similar ideology. It's a little less extreme, but otherwise very similar. What is. Oh my. I never saw this button before. Oh. Oh. I'm entranced.